We're Julie and Mike Bennett from RV Love, and we're here for Togo RV.
Talking about Class C RVs. We'll start with an overview of the types, then discuss some pros and cons.
Let's dive into the overview.
Class C RVs are the most common type of motorized RVs, also known as motorhomes. They're very popular as rental RVs, so there's a good chance you have seen one of these driving down the road or at your local campground.
The main distinguishing feature is the area over the cab, often used as an additional sleeping area. All Class Cs offer living space that includes a bathroom, kitchen, and a separate sleeping area. Some floor plans will have furniture that converts to sleeping for as many as 8 travelers.
Class C RVs start with an automotive van or truck chassis, but only the frame and cab area. Behind and above the cab area, the RV manufacturer will add a wider and taller living space. Smaller Class Cs with little space built above the cab and only slightly wider bodies are often called Class B+, but they are still technically a Class C motorhome. You might also hear mention of a Class Super C motorhome. Super Cs are basically just larger and more heavy-duty Class C motorhomes, sometimes built on semi-truck chassis to tow large or heavy trailers. Being built on automotive chassis, Class Cs are usually relatively easy to drive, especially on the smaller end of the scale. They can range from 22 to 35 feet in length, with Super Cs available up to 45 feet long. Class Cs are generally built on lighter weight chassis for 11,000 to 15,000 pounds, but Super Cs can be built on up to 50,000 pound chassis.
Many, if not most, newer Class C motorhomes are available with slide-out rooms for added living space when parked. But like all RVs, and especially smaller ones, be mindful of the floor plan to be aware of what can and cannot be accessed when the slide-outs are closed for travel days.
Smaller Class C RVs can see mileage from 12 to 18 miles per gallon, but larger Class Cs will see significantly lower miles per gallon. Smaller Class Cs can be driven around for errands, including kids' sporting events or any other time it might be nice to have your own little home on wheels with you wherever you go. Available in gas or diesel powertrains, and some are available with all-wheel drive. Built on a variety of chassis, but the most common are Ford E-Series vans, Ford Transit, Mercedes Sprinter, Ram ProMaster, Ford F-Series trucks, and Ram trucks. Class Super Cs are built on larger medium-duty or heavy-duty chassis by International, Freightliner, Kenworth, or Volvo.
So what are the pros of Class C RVs?
They're generally a lower cost of entry for the size in motorized RVs. They're relatively easy to drive and maintain because they are on an automotive truck chassis. Smaller Class Cs are similar in maneuverability to a Class B, but with substantially more living space.
And similar to Class A and Class B motorhomes, your living space in a Class C is part of the driving space, which offers the ability to access other areas of the RV while on the road or when stopped without having to exit the vehicle. This includes the ability to maintain the comfort of the living space temperature.
Class C RVs can be your only vehicle, unlike travel trailers that require a towing vehicle, which often costs more than the trailer itself. Class Cs also offer the ability to tow something behind it, like a small trailer, boat, or even a small car.
You can even mount an electric or motorized moped scooter, an e-bike or regular bike on the back of a Class C for exploring while staying small and nimble.
Large Class Super Cs have the best towing capacities if you need to tow a large or heavy trailer. So now let's talk about the cons. The large living space on a lighter weight chassis might mean limited weight capacity for your stuff, especially if traveling with a family, since the weight of all the passengers and gear will take up available cargo weight. Be sure to carefully check the cargo capacity of any Class C if you plan on bringing extra toys like bikes, kayaks, or more. Depending on your travel style and size, it might be too big to drive around for your errands, but not enough capacity to tow alternate transportation, unless you choose to carry electric bikes, a moped, regular bicycles, or other lightweight options.
The overhead cab sleeping areas on some Class Cs can limit your view out of the windshield while you're driving, which may feel claustrophobic at times, but not all Class Cs are like this.
Class C RVs typically range in price from $80,000 to $160,000. Luxury Class C motorhomes can cost well over $200,000.
Super Cs cost between $200,000 and $350,000, while luxury Super C Class A motorhomes are well over $500,000.
There are many different types of RVs to consider. Do you think a Class C motorhome might be a fit for you? Check out the rest of the series to see pros and cons of each type.
Want more RV shopping information? Check out the free in-depth RV shopping course in the Togo RV app.
And don't forget, apps like Campendium, Road Trippers, and more are part of your Road Pass account. Whether you use the free Road Pass account to log in or your Road Pass Pro membership to access premium features and discounts, Road Pass makes it easy to access your favorite road trip and camping apps.